I got my book of affirmations. I've got my frame drum. All right, I am ready for you guys tonight. How are you? How are you? How are you? Let me know in the comments here. Tonight we're going to do at least an hour, hour and a half of some sound. We're going to create some intentions. We're going to really shift some energy because, listen up, the energy this week is building in momentum because the full moon is going to be a full moon in eclipse, and it's going to be a really potent time to release and manifest. So we're going to use this time, these lives in the next few weeks, to really release the shadow so that we can raise our vibration and really decrease the gap so we can really surrender into our authentic nature of joy, of the manifestations you want to experience on this planet. So the way I see it is our source self is our authentic self, and source, God, is having an experience through our bodies, through us. And really, like, we can really tap into anything because we are an extension of source, and we can be creator forces to what we want to do and be. But a lot of times our personal like our personality and our egos get in the way, and we have a lot of emotions and trauma and triggers and shadow that really keep us from this essence of our source self and really matching vibrationally. So I really like taking a look at like spirituality from a metaphysical point of view and vibrational point of view. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So let me know in the comments. Oh, thanks for all those likes. Thanks so much. Let me know in the comments where you're at here, or do you need a little support? What are your intentions to let go of or to align with? And we're going to do some sound to really move that, okay? I'm in a metaphysical training, and so I'm working with some affirmations here. And how can we raise our aura? Mine's black. Raise your aura. It's not really about, I guess it could be like raising your vibration. Your auric field is made up of the frequencies from your chakras. So every chakra color is reflected in the layers of your biofield, your auric field. So if it's a black, how do you know it's black? So anyway, so I'm just curious, how do you know it's black? So here, the metaphysical affirmations that I'm working with today are the ones about I can. So we're going to read these, okay? I'm going to read these and I'm going to do some sounding. And then I want you to put in the comments the intentions you have for spring, okay? So here are some of the affirmations. I can, because I am one with the universal source mind. I can, because my mind is one with the soul and spirit of the universal source mind. I can, because I am one in the mind with the creative thought process of the universal source mind. I can, because I turn away from limited intellect to unlimited wisdom from the universal source mind. I can, because I am intuitively guided daily to my success and happiness in my universal source mind. I can, because I turn over all choices I must make to my universal source mind for the right choices. I can, because daily I put the truth of my oneness with my universal source mind above any illusion of lack. And lastly, I can, because the good of my God mind overpowers any weakness holding me back from my good in life. So with these affirmations, we're saying, I can, I can. What is something in your life that you really want to switch into this I can and I will frequency? Let me know in the comments. What do you want to switch over in your life to I can and I will? Instead of, oh, I don't know if I can. I'm a little scared. I don't know if I can. I can't do that. Self-confidence. I can and I will have self-confidence. And what I want to do with wildflowers, what I want to say about confidence is self-confidence is actually a psychological thing, whereas trust is a spiritual thing. So I feel like spiritual trumps psychological any day of the week, because this is why. Confidence has to do with like getting the shadows out of the way and just really believing in yourself. But trust is believing in source as yourself. So you can believe in your personality, or you can believe in the ethereal universe as yourself. That trust, I have found, is way more stable than psychological confidence. And the reason I say that is because I've been performing on stages for like 25 years. And at first, I had to muster up some confidence to do it. But when I really started to turn that confidence into trust, that's when I could just stand in front of any person in any audience and just do what I do what I'm offering and serving with. So that's the difference with confidence versus trust. And I would say to really cultivate that trust, because it goes beyond your personality and ego. And if we can live beyond the personality and ego, we have way more freedom. So we can and we will live from trust. Thanks for your comment. Appreciate that. So let's do a little bit. That's beautiful and clarifying. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. That was something that really was a big aha for me too. So I'm happy to share that. You know, everything that I'm sharing here on my platform and in these lives is stuff that I have gone through and tried to grow from. So if I can help anyone along the way, I'm happy to, because God knows I have been through it. All right, thanks for the like. I appreciate that. All right, so let's do a little bit of this. Let's start shifting. Let's come into confidence and then expand it into trust. Okay? Because when we do that, we can and we will anything we want to in our lives. Okay? And so a lot of times I speak with midlife women, because midlife is tough, especially for women. We have a lot going on, changing hormones, changing bodies, changing spirituality and consciousness, changing the way the world sees us and believes in us. So a lot of times I work with midlife women to really find the trust and in their own wisdom. And so thanks for that share. So this is what we're going to do. Since Wildflower brought the confidence thing up, we're going to really turn confidence into trusting ourselves fully through the source nature that we are. So let's do that. First, what I like to do is play the F bowl. This is the F note for our heart chakras. And I like to play this first, and if you're doing any chakra work, it's important to do the heart chakra first, so you can open yourself up to receiving. We are opening ourselves up to receiving. This is the F note. Just tune into your heart chakra. Envision that Kelly green color. Envisioning it swirling around. Even expand it out to the width of your body. Vocal tone with it. opening up our heart chakra to receive. We're now working with the energy of confidence and expanding it into trust. Feel the quality. Thank you, magic key. Feel the quality of the silence now. I just did a weekly blog about this. It's called The Community of One, and how we get to it through the community of sound. So RebeccaAbraxas.com. If you go to my website, you can find that blog post I just made. And it talks about this quality of sound. There's a whole community for us in the sound of silence after sound. And it brings us to this community of oneness. Now, how many times has anyone ever felt lonely? Thank you, Crystal. If you've ever been lonely, and you've even been lonely around people, this community of one that I'm talking about, that comes after sound in the silence. I know this sounds kind of crazy, but bear with me here. I'm going to show this to you if you stick with me tonight. After intentional sound, there is a silence. And in that silence is a vibration of this community of one, which we all are part of. And if you visit that more and more, you're going to notice that loneliness and feeling antsy by yourself, or even around people, feeling this deep-seated loneliness doesn't happen anymore. Because you're so engrossed in remembering your membership in the community of one. So I'm going to do it again. We're going to do some sound, and I want you to really tune in to the sound, okay? But then really tune in to the silence after the sound. This is where the community of one is, which will take away all your loneliness, and that's what my blog post is telling you about. So go to Rebecca, RebeccaAbraxas.com and go to my blogs. And there's a new post there and talks all about this. So we're going to transform loneliness right now. Let me know in a thumbs up if who's experienced loneliness. Yeah, it's really intense. Loneliness can be very intense. I've experienced that through my 20s and my early 30s. And this really has helped a lot. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. So let's do this, okay? I'm going to do another sounding. It's going to be short, but then I want you to tune into the silence. Will you do that? I want you to experience this. Okay. Notice that silence afterwards. For those of you that were here for that talk before the sounding, feel the quality of that silence. Today in my blog, I called it the community of one. That silence is where our oneness is together, the allness and the oneness. And it's, if you can feel that, you can feel the possibility of never feeling lonely again in that silence, right? Does anyone get what I'm talking about? Robert, thank you. I'm glad it makes you happy. Does anyone feel that? Anyone feel that? I feel it. It just makes me so happy that silence afterwards. So if you want to read that blog post and share it, I feel like it was like a download today because I've never really thought of this community of one or community of sound. Thank you. So I feel like it was a little bit of a download. So feel free to go to RebeccaAbraxas.com. That's my website. And just go to the High Vibrational Living blog. That's the last one I posted. Thanks for all the likes, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so we're going to do some more sound healing. And I think the next sound healing we're going to do is about luck. So this is the week of St. Patrick's Day. And this concept and energy of luck is really alive, right? But I want to talk about what luck really is. Yes, thank you. Thank you for naming that, LB. Thanks for the follow, April. I appreciate that. And the glitter stars, I love those, and the hearts over my head. If you want to see me just get really giddy, those little hearts and thing like that stuff just lights me up. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just so fun. But what we talk about here is the vibration of luck. Like, what is it really? How do we get lucky in life? Thank you for that, Rose. How do we get lucky in life? Thank you, Pia. I like that name. Hi, Lucy. Hello, Diane. So how do we get lucky in life, right? So what is really the energy of luck? I see it as alignment. If we are aligned with a certain vibration that we really want to be aligned with, right? Because it's going to be different for everybody. I mean, the aligning with source and aligning with love and gratitude, that's good. That's luck. But if you also are aligning with you just have this flow of alignment with abundance. Like, luck is basically you just keep aligning with that energy of abundance that you're holding. So basically luck is just aligning, right? It means that you really are interested in this, but you're kind of over here and there's a gap. Luck means that you, for a moment, closed the gap and you manifested it. Woohoo! So where are you in your life where there feels like a gap between what you really want and what you're kind of living here? All right. So tonight, let's decrease this gap for you. So let me know what this gap represents. Like, what things are you like, this is holding me back? I'm not inspired by this, or this is holding me. What's holding you back? What's in this gap that holds you back from living this life when you're hanging out here? Let me know. Come on, guys, let me know in the comments. Come on. I will do another sound bath if I get a few comments here to work with. What am I working with next? So intention plus sound equals an outcome. So I'm trying to get from you guys, what are we working with? You hold yourself back with limited beliefs. Awesome. Let's get a little bit more clarified, because to manifest, we got to get clear. What limiting belief do you want to work with? Your entire life. I know it sounds dramatic, but I feel with this deeply what holds me back. Okay, low self-esteem. Okay, thanks for getting clear, because we got to work with these energies one at a time. Low self-esteem. Yeah, let's work with that. So everyone on here, there's 35 of us. Hello. So everyone on here who's ever felt like your low self-esteem is holding back. It's what's the gap is that's keeping you from this light life, okay? So we got hurt and low self-esteem. So let's work on low self-esteem first, because a lot of times we've gotten hurt and then we're like, ooh, hold ourselves back with low self-esteem, right? How to get there. I know what I've outgrown, but not sure what I'm growing into. That's a really good point. Yeah. You've done a lot of growth. Sometimes we grow so much that we don't really we're like, we don't know exactly what we want next, right? And that's okay. You can surrender. You can surrender to your source self and just ask for the most benevolent outcome. Surrounded by narcissists because they closet people in your life. Wow. Okay. Thanks for sharing, guys. All right. So we'll keep getting into different things. Let's go into, I think it was April who talked about low self-esteem. Someone said low self-esteem. A lot of this stuff can go into low self-esteem when we don't trust ourselves enough, when we don't have the confidence enough to go forth. This is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem feels like we don't trust ourselves in our lives to really show up. I can really relate to this. We feel like we don't have all the tools, or we don't feel educated enough, or we feel like we don't have the support enough. We just don't feel like we can do it. And you can, you can, you can. I'm going to read you one of my affirmations that says I can and I will. And then we're going to go into the sound. Thank you for all the likes. So here we go. I can and I will, because my strength comes from the ever-renewing, ever-regenerating power of my universal source mind. I'm going to say that again because this is a really potent one for self-esteem. Really get this. Feel the energetics of this statement. I can and I will, because my strength comes from the ever-renewing, ever-regenerating power of my universal source mind. A lot of times when we have low self-esteem, we feel like we're alone in the world. We feel like we don't have a lot of strength. But what if we expanded ourselves into the mind of source? What if we had that strength? Kind of puts a whole new ball game out there, right? We can and we will. And we're going to turn around low self-esteem right now. Focus on your third chakra. Self-esteem comes from there. The low self-esteem. And we're just going to, and I want you just to keep sweeping the third chakra and just sweeping out the negative programming there as I do this. Feel the silence. Feel the silence. Feel the power. Feel the power you just cultivated in this third chakra. Feel it. What limiting beliefs got sucked into that vortex of power from source that's sourcing you there, and then just got just kind of left. Pretty powerful stuff, guys. You're powerful here tonight. So, yeah. So low self-esteem in the energetic subtle body tends to coagulate in that third chakra. And you can move that with ah and let's see, this is, and E. The E sound, the E tone, like on the scale, the E note, and the ah sound. So those are 2 tools for you to take home with you. But in the silence, do you feel like more empowered? Let me know in the comments. After that sound bath, do you feel more empowered? Now, one of the things I do is I make custom sound healings for people and record them so that they can listen to it over and over and over. And if you do something over and over and over, you actually reset your vibrational set point. So doing this like this just is great. It gives you a taste, gives you an experience. And sometimes it does transformational healing, which can happen. But sometimes, most of the time, you have to repeat to reset. And so that's why I make custom sound healing recordings for people to help reset their whole vibration. You're welcome, Pia. You're welcome, Tiffany. Thanks for being here. Oh my gosh, my husband is making dinner and it smells so freaking good. All right. So what else do you want to work on? You guys talked about limiting beliefs. We got the self-esteem thing out of the way. What's another limiting belief? That's if some of you were here in the beginning of the talk, there's that gap, right? From what you really want and what you're living now that you're kind of outgrow. And there was a question that said, I feel like I've done a lot of growth, but I don't know exactly what I want. I've lived there a lot. I actually sometimes don't know what I want to envision, or sometimes I make vision boards and I was like, I don't really know exactly what I want, but I know what the energy is. So maybe this will help you, whoever asked that question. Sometimes you don't have the vision of how you want your life to unfold after you've done a lot of personal growth and spiritual work. Sometimes the visual's just not there, but you know what you want to live from. And this happens to me. And where I want to live from vibrationally, I want to be at peace. I want to have deep inner peace. But I also want to have fun. I want to have magical living. I want to have serendipity, right? I want life to be magical and unfold in a fun, magical way. So I don't know what that looks like because it's magical, and I want the breadcrumbs from the universe to be oh, I didn't expect that to happen. I kind of like living that way. So for the person that just, yes, Jackie. Yes. Hi, Lucky. So for the person that asked that question, is just I have all this personal growth, but I don't know what's next. Perhaps it's just magical living and just joyous inner peace, and let the universe align you with what that looks like in a physical manifestation. Because I've lived that a lot, because I've been in this personal growth field for a long time. And, in manifesting, they say, get really clear and get really, and I'm I don't know. I may have a few goals that I want to meet, but the biggest thing, and I started this when I was a teenager, the biggest thing that I've wanted in my life is happiness. Flow, yes, Crystal, and flow, happiness and flow. And what that looks like is, if I'm happy and things are flowing, then it can look like anything, really. Right? So that's when we really have fun with surrender, right? So how about we do that? How about we do the next sound that's all about flow and surrender? Yes, Jackie, yes. So we're gonna do flow and surrender. We're gonna do a sound bath for flow and surrender, and surrendering to what it looks like. And let's be surprised, like Christmas morning. Let's just be surprised by the gifts of life. All right, so let's do that. All right, so everybody you can sit here with your hands open and just be I surrender to the flow and magic of life. All right, here we go. And I got to get my little fairy bells here because that's the magic of life, right? Feel the silence. Feel the silence. The sound connects you, communes you with the community of one. Ah, feels so good, doesn't it? It's really fun for me to go beyond the vibration of words and just come into vibration itself, right? Because even words like joy and magical, they have their vibrations that everyone using them has cultivated and put into them. So every word, think of every word like a vibrational box, right? So even if it's a positive word, it's somewhat limiting. So what I really love, is going underneath all the words. It's kind of like the vibration of surrender, right? Yes, vibration is universal. Yes, it is. And so when I sing and I just feel moved, I feel like I'm being sung by Source. I just feel moved to let out sound. And I feel like I'm transcending all the boxes and just being whatever vibration that's in my surrender field, right? So it's nice. It's nice to do it when we're intentionally doing it for something to shift a certain vibration, shift a certain experience. And then it's nice just to bypass it, just not bypass, because that has a negative connotation. We just kind of expand out past the boxes of definitions of form and structure. Yeah. So, did you guys feel that? Felt good. In this lighting, you guys can see all my gray hair. I have all these little gray strands. All right. What are we working on next? Thank you for all those likes. We got 6,000. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You're beautiful too. That was fun, wasn't it? What are we working on next? Thanks. I'm giving you guys lots of love too. So yeah, everything is vibration. Vibration is universal, and everything's a vibration. So what do we want to be relieved from and released from? I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Have a beautiful night. Yeah. So what other limiting beliefs or beliefs about lack? Name them. Name them in there, in the comments. Because sometimes we don't realize that we're living in a belief system of lack. Sometimes even though we're really into personal growth and spiritual awakening, we're still living from lack. Where do you feel that you're still living from lack, even though you're pretty positive? I'm trying to think of an example. You guys have an example of that? Well, an example is I have to be positive. You know, if you live with that belief, I have to be positive to live a good life or to attract my abundance, then whenever you're not positive, you're going to be in a state of pushing it away. So if we change that up and say, instead of I have to be positive, we can say, I am growing in abundance every day. I am growing in abundance every day as I accept and allow every part of myself to shine. And I'm growing and growing and growing past any of my limitations. So that's different than I have to be positive, right? That what I just said gives you room to grow and to be negative sometimes, because we're growing out of that, right? So when we make a statement as you have to be positive, you're setting up your life for a lot of polarity that doesn't let you have the abundance that's your birthright. Does that make sense? Evening. Hello, prayer warrior. So whenever we make a statement that has like a polar opposite, like I have to be positive, I'm being negative, we set ourselves up for some trouble, because we want to try to breathe more spaciousness and allowance into our statements, right? Instead of just making them really hardcore polarized. Okay, we want to breathe more room and flow into them, so that we can have our negative days, and we can have our positive days, and we can have our loving days, and we can have our cranky days, and know that we're in the flow of learning about ourselves and growing. And in that, there's abundance, and there's a lot of prosperity of spirituality in there. Make sense? So, it's okay to be negative. Gratitude. Yes. So a lot of times people talk about gratitude statements, right? And you're welcome. Gratitude statements and rampages of appreciations. So we're going to do that, but we're going to do it with sound. So make sound with me. In appreciation and in gratitude. That's our intention. Gratitude and appreciation really elevate our vibration, and that gap, right? That gap between what you want to be living and what you feel is old and stale, right? This is really going to decrease this gap. All right. So we're intending gratitude and appreciation, right? And if you're loving this kind of work, I just want to do a plug. Go over to my YouTube channel. I got tons of free content on that. But if you really want to dive deep and really reset your vibrational set point, I also do private work as well. So they're all over on my link too. And if you're curious and just want to talk to me personally about what I offer and if it could be a match, I do free discovery calls, and that link is over on my bio link. So just a little plug there. Okay, so we are doing the frequencies of gratitude and appreciation, and we're busting those out of the box, and we're going to go underneath that and have a lot of fun with opening ourselves up here. feel that community of one we just plumped up in our lives. There, anything is possible. There we trust and we surrender. There we have so much confidence and trust in ourselves. There we raise our vibration into gratitude and appreciation, and there anything and everything can happen for us. Amen, hallelujah, aho, and fuck yeah. Oh yeah, right? Right? Do you feel that? Yeah, feels good. Absolutely, Pia, absolutely. We are one. You guys are awesome tonight. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I just thought of something. I'm not sending out my blog on my email until tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So if you want to receive that blog post, you actually can get it via email. So if you go over to my link and there's a free download sound bath that you can get, and that puts you on my email list. And then you'll get the email tomorrow morning with the blog post all talking about the community of one in the sound, the silence. So it is a Monday night. Did anyone, many blessings to you all, many blessings to you too, you are welcome. Did anyone have a little edginess this weekend? I was a little edgy, and it came, like I reacted out of nowhere, which is not really my MO these days. Yes. So my husband he's been really getting into astrology, and he's talking about this time leading up to the full moon on March 25th, which is my husband's birthday, and it's an eclipse. Yes, Amanda, yes. Yeah. So we're all feeling it. We're all pretty sensitive here, and we felt it, and we got a little, edgy. That's okay. I had to do a lot to keep rebooting myself and keep having compassion for myself and allowance, because wow, I was feeling it. So this time between now and the 25th is really we're releasing a lot. We're getting ready. This eclipse is powerful, and I don't know all of the things, but my husband's starting a TikTok channel, Rebecca Abraxas, and he's going to start talking about a lot of the stuff he's learning. You had a huge loss this week, and I'm mourning. I am so sorry, Angie. Yeah, it felt like the full moon too. It actually was the new moon this weekend, and it was a potent one. And from now until the full moon on the 25th is going to be up and down. So resource yourselves, okay? Resource yourselves with meditation, with affirmations, with walks in nature, with baths, right? Getting a hot sauna, release. But let's go back to Angie. She had a huge loss this week, and I'm so sorry. Grief is an intense energy, but it will move. And the best thing to do with grief is to move the waves of it when it comes. I had a huge loss 8 years ago. My best friend, my dad, passed. And I'm glad you're here, Angie. And what I have found is that people go through grief very differently, but it is important to move the energy and come to allowance and acceptance of the reality of it all as soon as you can. Because sometimes that grief, if it gets stuck, it turns into something called complicated grief. And that means after 6 months to a year, if it keeps going for years and years, you can really get stuck in grief. So let's help Angie move some grief, okay? So it doesn't mean you're moving the memory. It doesn't mean you're moving out of feeling any of it. It's just, let's just keep the river flowing, okay? So I am holding this with you, and I am holding that the energy keeps moving so that you can continue to sparkle in your days. So what people didn't understand when my father died is that I was still smiling and I was still happy even though I was grieving. And there was times when I grieved that I would sob and cry and I danced and I sang and I moved the energy. And then my joy would come back. It's possible. And it's so new to you, Angie, so this might not be a reality right now, but in time, it is so possible to be moving grief and then also be happy and smiling through your days. So let the grief come over you like a tidal wave. Move the energy, and you'll notice that 10, 20 minutes, that grief moves and you're allowed to be happy again. So this is for anyone who's Angie and anyone else who might be feeling deep loss and mourning grief right now. We're just going to help you keep that energy moving, flowing. Okay. Yeah. I feel like there's always, always, always another layer of grief because we live in a world that's grief-stricken. We live in a world with people also who are not moving their grief. It can get a very dense energy. So, that was beneficial to me too. I hope that helped, Angie. Hope that helped every one of us work through just a little bit of the layer of grief that is most superficial for us right now. There's something in the Celtic tradition that's called keeners. And the keeners go to funerals and they wail. They use their voice to wail. And they get the energy, the grief energy, moving through the wailing and the wailing. You're welcome. And they get everyone else moving the energy, right? Maybe they start crying. Maybe they start vocalizing. What an important role, right? To be a keener, to move the energy of grief at a memorial or a funeral. And really get people moving and crying, right? Oh, thank you. So it's okay to let those tears go. You know, when I went through a big loss, I thought that if I actually cried, that I would never stop. Yeah, the idea of losing my dad was like death, me dying myself. My father was an alcoholic. He got sober in his last days, but there was a lot of codependency there. So losing him was like losing myself. It was so devastating. And I felt like if I was to cry, I would never stop sobbing. But that wasn't true. I cried, and then after 10, 20 minutes, that wave was done, and I was able to live my life. So, good night, Jackie. Thanks for joining. So, yeah. Allow yourself to move the tears. Allow yourself to mourn. Allow yourself to wail. Use that wailing type of voice, and it'll help you. Live will end in one. Oh, we'll refresh. Okay. So, thanks for all the follows, guys. Wow, oh my gosh, we're almost down to 10,000. Wow, that's a lot. So feel your grief. Wow, we have done a lot tonight. What did we start with? I can't even remember. We started with the affirmations, I can and I will. We turned self-confidence into trust. Then what did we do? Let me think if I can remember. Then we looked at some negative belief systems, and we said that we're going to let go of the idea of being positive or negative, and we're just going to open up into just with the highest good. Oh, we did a toning to surrender so that we could just tune into the magic of life rather than knowing exactly how we wanted it to manifest. That was really important. And then we worked through grief. Wow. Oh, and we had a gratitude and appreciation sound bath too. And we talked about the vibration underneath the defined words, right? So releasing form and structure. So if you're on the awakening journey, your personal growth journey, if you are in perimenopause or your midlife, there's a lot of forms and structures that are structuring our life. And in perimenopause, some of those structures are starting to go by the wayside, and your body's out of control, your hormones are out of control. You're just like, oh my gosh, because your menses, your monthly cycle is leaving, and that's something that contained your life, right? That's leaving, and now we're in the abyss a little bit. It's getting us ready for the abyss of the ether when we leave these bodies, but it's one step closer, right? But it's okay, getting in the flow. And that's what I love about these sound baths, because when we get into that community of one, that emptiness, that silence after the sound, we get a taste of the abyss. We get the taste of the flow, of the formless, of the allness. And it feels really good. And when we do pass on out of these bodies, that's what we're going to be experiencing. It's not so bad. It's just, if we're attached to these lives and these egos and these personalities, we got to detach. 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 It's hard work, but it's doable. And that's why I really like sound and visiting that space. I love meditation and sound because we visited the formless of what we're going to be, what we are, and what we're going to be without the bodies. So, we reached 10,000! Yay! So, any questions or comments or commentary on what I'm talking about? Anything you want to add, or any questions or any intentions? Thank you. This has been a great live. I really love the input. I really love where this all went. And it all has to do with you guys because you are here with your energetics and your comments and your intentions and your asks. So really awesome, guys. Really awesome. And thanks for all the follows. And so I have a gift for you. If you want a free download, I have over on my link, there is a download of a free light language sound bath. It will put you on my email list, but if you want that download, that's yours and it's a free gift. I was feeling under the weather, but you helped me subside my uneasiness. I am so glad, Eileen. That's really warms my heart to hear. Whenever we can raise our vibration with sound and being around a high vibe tribe, everything's vibration. So sometimes when we're not feeling good, sometimes we're just kind of caught. Instead of catching a cold, sometimes we catch a vibration. Eckhart Tolle talks about that. You kind of catch a pain body from someone and it starts weighing you down. And this stuff kind of flicks that pain body off. That's not yours, right? And then we feel better again. So sometimes I don't know if we're catching a cold or catching a pain body, right? Does anyone ever follow the Eckhart Tolle New Earth work? Good. Yes. Yeah, we can catch those pain bodies. So I'm so glad we got to that, and you're going to just be on the up and up now. Thank you, Florida Girl, for the follow. I really appreciate that. Thank you. How is it in Florida? And Jocelyn and Eileen, hello. Feel calm. I'm so glad you feel calm. That's a nice place to be. Resetting the nervous system. Yeah. If anyone does need some deeper help resetting their nervous system, my program, it's called Align Custom Sound Healing. It's a month program where I make you we do a lot of assessment and I make you a recorded sound healing just for your specific blocks and vibrations, where you want to go. And it's a whole month program with email coaching and listening to this recording and resetting your nervous system and your subconscious and resetting your whole vibrational set point. So that's interesting to you. It's over there. And because you're on this live with me, I will give you 20% off the program. So just get in touch and say, I was on the live. I want 20% off. All right. What else are we going to... 11,000, guys. Oh, my gosh. Your fingers are fast tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys want to hear my Koshi chimes? They sound like fairy bells. Isn't that lovely? Doesn't that just make life feel magical? I got these for Christmas. It's called a Koshi chime. Isn't that great? I love that. All right, beautiful people. That's neat, isn't it? I got about a few more minutes left. If there's a last minute request for sound healing, if there's a last minute question you want me to go into, I'm happy to answer. And then I'm going to sign off for the night and go have some dinner. So you can kind of depend. Most Monday nights, I think I'll be coming live. So someone had asked me in the messaging, when can I expect you to go live? I haven't seen you in a while. Over the holidays, over January and stuff, I was actually going through a lot of pain with some dental work and stuff and jaw pain, so I wasn't live at all. It was awful. But you're welcome. Enjoy your night. So if you're curious about coming into this community again live, I'm most Monday nights I have off, and I can do Monday nights. So yeah, come join us. Thanks for following the live, Melissa. Thank you, thank you. All right. Does anyone have any last requests or questions? All right. Well, so I'm going to leave us with a few more I can and I will affirmations. And then I'll just do a closing sound bath. Thanks for all the follows. Yeah, I post content every day, sometimes 1 or twice a day, sometimes 5 times a day. Just all. You're welcome, Angie. Take care. All right. So let's do this. Affirmations here. I can and I will, because daily I put the truth of my oneness with my universal source mind above any illusion of lack. Ooh, I like that one. I'm going to say that one again. I can and I will, because daily, every day, I put the truth of my oneness with my universal source above any illusion of lack. I'm going to say that one more time because it's so freaking good. I can and I will, because every day I put the truth of my oneness with my universal source mind above any illusion of lack. And with that, I'm singing. Wow, that's awesome.